Do you believe climate change is real? And if so, what should the federal government be doing about it? 90 seconds,
yes,
please.
Yes, I do. I absolutely believe that climate change is real, and I believe there's a combination between man-made and natural. That being said, one of the biggest things we can do is get an energy policy, and we don't have one. Wind, solar, nuclear, hydro, geothermal, coal, siting, permitting, conservation. A true all-of-the-above approach, as I have. Professor Warren has a none-of-the-above approach. She's in favor of wind and solar. She's against the Keystone Pipeline, which will help create union, all you union guys listening out there, she's denying union jobs and non-union jobs, making sure we can get more of our energy on the world market to stabilize those costs that you're paying at the pump. And when's the last time we permitted a nuclear facility to make sure we can have that clean energy? I could go on and on, but right now the role is actually a balancing role, to find that balance, John, because you can't just have one or this or that. She's in favor of putting wind turbines in the middle of our greatest treasure down in the Nantucket Sound. I like Senator Kennedy before me, believe that's not right, because those ratepayers are going to pay a tremendous amount more in their daily costs, and that's not right.
Ms. Warren,
well,
90 seconds.
So Senator Brown says that he's about a balanced approach. He's not. He's about a rigged playing field. Our clean energy industry, an energy industry that works here in Massachusetts, has to fight uphill against the oil subsidies. That's what tilts the playing field, and Senator Brown has helped tilt it for the oil companies. That works against clean energy. The Keystone Pipeline, look, that's not going to produce nearly as many jobs as if we invested that same money in clean energy. That's where you produce real jobs, and that's where Massachusetts has a real advantage. But you know, I just want to stop on this one for a minute, because I think this one is really important. Senator Brown has been going around the country talking to people, saying you've got to contribute to his campaign because it may be for the control of the Senate. And he's right. This race really may be for the control of the Senate. But what that would mean is if the Republicans take over the Senate, Jim Inhofe would become the person who would be in charge of the committee that oversees the Environmental Protection Agency. He's a man who has called global warming a hoax. In fact, that's the title of his book. A man like that should not be in charge of the Environmental Protection Agency overseeing their work. And I just don't understand how we could talk about going in that direction.
Thank you. Rebuttal.
Thank you. You're not running against Jim Inhofe. You're running against me, Professor. And I am one of the original sponsors of the production tax credit for our green energy producers. The production tax credit makes our energy producers more competitive, and I supported that, and I'm in full favor of it. I support wind and solar and nuclear, hydro, geothermal, coal, siting, permitting, that true all-of-the-above approach, which you don't do. We need to step back from our dependence of foreign oil. We can't continue to give money to people that want to kill us. And I believe that we can do it together. And I'm going to make sure that if we're going to look at these so-called energy producers and attacking them, we need to sit down in a room in a bipartisan manner and find a way to do it so it's not getting passed over to the people at the pump.
Response.
So Senator Brown is for rigging the playing field. He's for making clean energy compete against a subsidized industry. Every time billions of dollars go to the oil company, it makes it harder to start on clean energy. But look, this really may be the race for control of the United States Senate. So it's not just about Senator Brown's vote. This is about the votes of all of the Republicans. Jim Inhofe, the senator, would become the person who would have supervision over the Environmental Protection Agency. He says global warming is a hoax. And that's what would happen. This matters in this race, control of the Senate.
Go ahead.
John, listen, I'm the second most bipartisan in the United States Senate. I was recently named by Washingtonian magazine as the least partisan senator. Can you imagine 100 Professor Warrens down there placing blame and raising taxes? Remember, the founder of the radical Occupy protest movement, and also the person who said, oh, by the way, you didn't build this on your own, folks. It was the roads and bridges that all of us put forth so you could get your goods to market. That type of mentality, that lack of trying to work together, 54%. Every other member of our delegation right now is 90% and above. Professor Warren would be to the left of that. She would vote with her party 100% of the time, because when she was asked, she actually said, oh, there's nothing, I don't know what else, I don't know what I disagree with my party on. And that's not what we need in the United States Senate.
And equal time, and we're coming toward the end, so watch me for the cue, okay?
So I think it's clear. This race is about whose side you stand on. Senator Brown has made it clear with his votes, subsidizing the oil industry, the billionaires, and saying taxes can go up on middle-class families. But remember, at the end of the day, this race may be for control of the Senate. Senator Brown can't have it both ways. He's out there raising money from Republicans all around the country, saying, if you give me money and I win, it means the Republicans can take control of the United States Senate.
And on that note, I'm afraid we are out of time. Mr. Brown, Ms. Warren, thank you very much.